Hey, how's it going, folks? So I just got through watching one of those man on the street style interviews, and it was about people, the flyers that got put up in Florida supposedly, telling woke New Yorkers to get out or not come here, yada yada yada. And honestly, it's quite a little bit of an interesting man on the street style interview. Brings up actually two topics, quite frankly: the people that move from the failed states, the more thriving states, and then demand those thriving states enact the very same policies that destroyed the states they fled from, and woke people, which is a topic in and of itself. And to be clear, I have friends from California and New York who are here in Texas, and these friends actually do understand that several policies in New York, California, that are governmental, economic, social, have led to the destruction of their state. However, for those people, there are people who come here and do not understand it. I've had some ex-girlfriends from California and New York. Some of them quite didn't understand it. So you're going to get people who come in from the outside and start voting for stuff that destroyed their place they left. And quite frankly, yeah, people say Texas and Florida have every right to be a little upset. In fact, very upset with the people who are coming here from New York and California that want to really enact the policies that killed the economies in their state. And I say economies, I also mean social situation, stuff like that. I have a friend from California, and one of the people he was talking to who moved in from California still didn't get it. Didn't get why California has such a rampant crime rate compared to Texas. And the guy's answer was, well, there are just more criminals in California than there are in Texas. Well, my buddy ended up pointing out to him, well, why do you think that is? I don't think he understands it, but there you have it. Same is true with the economic conditions. Again, one of my ex-girlfriends from New York moved here to Texas specifically because she could not find a job in New York that paid well enough to where she could move out of her parents' home. She could do so in Texas and not have to live with her parents in Texas with her job skills and the job she would be able to get in Texas. And yet she complained about how we didn't have some of the same laws that they do in New York. It never crossed her mind, well, until I brought it up, that maybe some of the laws she wanted from New York here in Texas were killing her job perspectives in New York. And you can tell why that relationship didn't last. But no, and ironically, I look at some of these people and this man on the street interview, and I think that some of them have some of these same mentalities. For example, one woman who was from New York was complaining that she wasn't welcomed here in Florida, and that she thought all people should be welcome in Florida. In fact, wherever you go, ask her how people from, say, the Proud Boys would get treated in her own home state, or how they've been getting treated in Portland, or how they'd be getting treated in, say, Berkeley, California. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here and speculate. You just might hear either one of two answers. a very disingenuous, oh, well, yeah, I know they have bad opinions or they're not good people, but we shouldn't be treating them that way. Either that or, well, that's different. They're like white supremacists. It's okay when they do it. Just, you can't do that to them. And then, she also mentioned that she didn't think woke had any positive connotations with it. Yeah, you think? There are people on the left and right who are tired of woke people. Just plain and simple. And there's plenty of you to be tired of if you're woke. First, you guys are not very tolerant people. You just simply smear people as Nazis and fascists the second they don't agree with you. And it's justified in your mind to treat them horribly. Second, you guys sit there and say all sorts of things and advocate for all sorts of things that are not very tolerant or welcoming or equal opportunity or anything like that. And then you want to pretend like you're being completely fair with all this. And the fact of the matter is you're not. And by the way, when anyone calls you out on your beliefs, you're either going to sit there and pretend like you don't know what we're talking about, or B, you sit there and do this thing I would expect out of a 5-year-old and go, well, no, you can't be racist to white people because racism is power plus privilege or prejudice plus power, or whatever you guys are defining it as today. But no, the fact of the matter is you're just discriminating against somebody because of their race, and you're actually trying to justify that discrimination. Just like, your Democrat forefathers did with blacks. It's okay because they're like subhuman, is pretty much the rationalization your Democrat forefathers had. So, yeah, there's plenty of reasons why people don't like woke people. Plain and simple. So, I'm going to wrap this up here, guys. The comment section's open. I just, obviously, like most of my videos, I do this off the top of my head. But y'all take her easy out there and have a great day.